ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern is joining us now to tell us it has been a terrific start on Wall Street to start off the week. Richard.
Haley, you're exactly right, and it simply doesn't get any better. Every index that we follow closed at a record high. The Dow, if you recall, was 20,000, and that was a big deal. Well, now we're over 20,400. It has been 5 times since Inauguration Day that the Dow, in fact, has set a record high, and 22 times since Election Day. So whether you like President Trump or not, it does seem that the market seems to like him, at least in the near term. Let's take a look at the numbers, and indeed impressive they are. There you see the Dow up by 142.7%, closing at 20,412.16. That on volume of 687 million shares. The NASDAQ, and these are all records, of course, the NASDAQ up 30 points, just over 0.5%, closing at 5,763.96. That on volume of 1,648 million shares. And the S&P adds its record as well, up 0.5%, just over 12 points at 2,328.25. Restaurants International may not be a household name to you, but I bet the restaurants it owns are. 20,000 restaurants under the names Burger King. I expect you've heard of that. And Tim Hortons. Our Canadian visitors certainly are familiar with Tim Hortons. Well, its stock was up by more than 4% today after the company announced same-store sales that were up by more than 3% and a cost-cutting effort that cut costs by a whopping 16%. That is a big, big deal. And when the stock can do 2 things very well, add to earnings and reduce expenses, that's a recipe for a win-win, and up 4% in one day. And that's exactly what it did today.
I've heard great things about Tim Hortons coffee.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't had it.
Could use some of that right now.
And also some news on Apple tonight, Richard.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better for them either. An all-time record high close, $133.29. That beats the high by 29 cents that was set almost exactly 2 years ago to the day in February of 2015.
All right. Good day all around.
Yes, sir.
All right. Richard, thank you so much.
You're welcome.